Hello, very good morning and welcome to Athavan newspaper highlights. Today Thursday, 19th of May 2016. This is Edward Udayadastha Vasagayam Pillai with the highlights of today's English newspapers. As usual, we have three leading newspapers of Sri Lanka for the highlights: Daily Mirror, Daily News and Ceylon Today. Firstly, let's have a look on the Daily Mirror. The main headline of the Daily Mirror focuses on the tragedy due to the bad weather. Over 150 feared dead in the two major landslides in Aranayaka and Bulatkohupitiya, although only 22 bodies had been recovered as at late yesterday, as torrential rains and more landslides threats hampering the rescue operations, officials said. In Aranayaka, 17 bodies were recovered by the rescue operations carried out by the army and other security force personnel with the assistance of volunteers yesterday. We understand that there was no information about 134 more people. We are looking for them, Major General Sudanda Ranasinghe, who is in charge of the rescue operation in Aranayaka, said based on officials' records of local authorities including the GA and police. Meanwhile, a total of 37 people had been confirmed dead and a large number of others reported missing due to landslides, floods and related disasters across the country since last week, with the two major landslides in Aranayaka and Bulatkohupitiya, the Disaster Management Center said yesterday. According to the DMC, as at 1 p.m. yesterday, 352,374 people belonging to 82,924 families were affected by the adverse weather conditions. 25 people were injured. Meanwhile, the DMC said 223,689 people of 48,998 families were relocated in 376 safe locations. Highest rainfalls recorded. One of the highest rainfalls in the country was recorded during the last 4 days, the Meteorology Department said yesterday. The rainfall of 440.2 mm recorded in Colombo in 2010 and a rainfall of 493.92 mm also recorded in Colombo in 1992 are the top two other rainfalls recorded in the country. A rainfall of 373.3 mm was reported during the 24 hours ended at 8:30 a.m. in Kilinochchi on Monday. Government mulls emergency matter discussed at length by the cabinet. With as many as 400,000 people affected and 36 persons dead, the government said in Parliament yesterday it would consider declaring a state of emergency so that the authorities concerned could attend to disaster-related work swiftly. JVP MP Vijitha Herath made such a request in the House. He said the regulations slowed disaster-related work like providing food to those living in welfare camps. He said officials should be given a free hand to work regardless of such restrictions. Secondly, let's move to Daily News. The main headline of the Daily News says calamity, 37 deaths, 21 missing, 223,687 displaced. Water level rises in Kalani River. Kolanawa, Vellampittiya underwater. Aranayaka, Bulatkohupitiya worst affected. Nearly 1,000 security forces personnel on rescue missions. Military spokesman Brigadier Jayanath Jayavira said nearly 1,000 security forces personnel have been deployed for relief activities in the affected areas due to the adverse weather situation. Another highlight says doctors at all welfare camps. The Health Ministry has already taken steps to protect the health of all victims of the ongoing extreme weather. Doctors have been appointed to all welfare camps to ensure the safety of food, Health Ministry sources said. Finally, let's move to Ceylon Today. The main headline of the Ceylon Today also says about the calamity of the disaster. 100 plus missing in Aranayaka landslide. 17 deaths confirmed. 8,000 hit by landslides in Kaigal. 300 houses destroyed. 17 deaths have been confirmed in landslides in Aranayaka, with over 100 men, women and children feared interred alive, sources at the Aranayaka Divisional Secretariat said. Another highlight says, Ministry only paid for MR's ticket. Cabinet spokesman, Minister of Media and Information, Gayantha Karunatilaka said former President Mahinda Rajapaksa visited Uganda last week to attend the swearing-in ceremony of Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni as a private trip. He also said in reply to question raised by journalists at yesterday's Cabinet media briefing that if a request is made for facilities to be provided to the former president for his private foreign trips in the future, it would be essential to establish a formal criteria relating to such a request. Another highlight says imminent flood danger in colony areas. People living in all low-lying areas abutting the Kalani River have been asked to immediately evacuate their homes, the Disaster Management Center Assistant Director Pradeep Kodipilli said yesterday. With that, let's come to an end of today's paper highlights. We will come with more news tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening to Athavan Newspaper Highlights.